Follow, like, subscribe. It's go time, baby.
Yeah, smooth intelligence, lyrical rhyme element. MIC, yo, everything is straight pureness, everything real is right here. Faking no jacks, the flavor's real right here. Pureness, everything real is right here. Faking no jacks, the flavor's real right here.
Happy Saturday and welcome to another edition of Birds, Beers, and BS on the AET Sports Network. We are your hosts, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside Peenut in the house. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're partying it up, unlike us fucking losers, which are currently in my basement, ready to talk some fucking football with whoever wants to fucking watch us. But first, let's pay some bills here on the network. I'd like to thank our friends at... what the fuck, bro? Everything is lagging, not working. It's going to be a fucking shit show tonight.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey's on fire, y'all.
Pretty much. But I'd like to thank our friends at Stuff to the Grills in Allentown. You can order by calling 484-274-6760 or visit stufftothegrills.com. It's like 20 seconds late. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So if we sound like shit, I do apologize because something is fucking going on in my house tonight. You can visit 484, give them a call, 484-274-6760, or visit stufftothegrills.com for a full menu and specials. Again, holiday work parties are around the corner. Want to feed the office? Hit Stuff to the Grills up. Great food, great desserts, and a lot more. Stufftothegrills.com.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to thank our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant. Located off Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center. Order takeout or delivery at 610-395-2300 or vinnyspizzaPA.com. Again, pizza, strombolis, calzones, garlic knots, whatever you may be, all the great Italian cuisine at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant. I'd like to thank our friends at AllState Insurance Agency. Deborah Sigler, get a quote today by calling 610-395-6100. Deborah and her team will make sure to get you the best deal possible, whether it's auto insurance, homeowners insurance, renters insurance, flood insurance. I'm sure there's life insurance in there. Whatever you may need, hit up Deborah. She'll give you the best deal possible to make sure that you're saving money. And that's critical at this time of the year. Holidays around the corner. We all need that extra cash in my pocket.
Yeah,
especially me. WrestleMania right around the corner.
Especially Jeffrey.
Fuck off. But again, thank you to all our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in, which is currently 2 people. Thank you, 2 people. It's 1 because Peenut's on his fucking phone right now. Wow,
we're not on our usual day.
Wow, we suck. But look, a lot to get into. Not really, but whatever. I need to make this short and sweet, quick to the point, because, look, wrestling's on in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to be doing nothing while Peenut talks while I watch my computer. But, look.
He said he's going to watch. No wonder why everything is lagging, because he's watching wrestling while he's doing the show.
That doesn't do shit.
Yeah, all right.
It's like shitty internet, this fucking hole in the wall that is my fucking basement.
But meanwhile, he's got $1,000 of autographed memorabilia in the bag. It's about garbage.
Probably only about $1,500.
Yeah, only $1,500.
And a couple of thousand more.
Yeah,
my Dawkins helmet and my Super Bowl trophy. But look, the Eagles are currently the #1 team in the National Football League, beating the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck you, Dallas, to improve the 8-1 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
And look, we're halfway through the year, and the big question is, are the Eagles as good as their record shows?
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of talk, like, I know the old quote, whoever the fuck says it was Bill Parcells or whoever the fuck it was, you are what your record are.
Yeah.
Right now, the Eagles are an 8-1 football team, and I understand a little bit of the fans and the media that are a little bit worrisome because, look, this is an Eagles team that has been showing you they're winning dominantly against their opponents. But all that matters is, at the end of the day, when that clock hits 0, that they scored more points than their opponent. And right now, they're getting the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. And versus some good teams, too. A lot of people have questioned if we were as good as we were last year because we had a soft schedule. And this schedule, right now we're in the thick of it.
Next couple weeks are going to be very, which it might not even be that critical. We were talking about the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. They got passed out, so we have to worry about the Chiefs. We have to worry about the Bills. We have to worry about the 49ers. The Chiefs game is going to be a difficult one. Look, we'll get into it in a little bit, but I feel Sunday's game, everyone's just like, well, just watch the Super Bowl. This is a completely different football team than what we saw about 6 months ago, in the 7, 8 months ago, whatever the fuck it was, in the Super Bowl. They are a better, well-rounded football team, especially on the defense side of the football. But you look at the Buffalo Bills. Their offense is in shambles that they're firing their offensive coordinator. Yeah. The San Francisco 49ers are banged up like no one's business. So the part of the schedule that we were worrisome, granted, they still have to travel to Seattle, which the throw out there, Jason Peters, former Eagle, was activated to the active roster for Seattle. We might see our former compadre.
That's like 50 years
old. 42 in a couple weeks. But the Eagles, there goes my fucking phone now. That probably broke. Another $1,500 probably just wasted.
I'm telling you guys are only seeing the tip of the iceberg.
But look, if the things keep on going in Eagles' favor,
right,
going into the playoffs, we might be looking at a 14-15 win football team. We might not need. We might lose. The only game we might lose the rest of the way is the last game of the year because we might bench all our starters. We're not going to need it to have home field locked up.
Who are we playing? The Giants too, right?
Yeah, I believe so. On my birthday.
Still might win that game.
still might win that game.
Yeah.
But look, this is a team that right now is paving the path for home field advantage, and home field advantage or the number 2 seed are very critical. And that's why this past Sunday's game against the Dallas Cowboys was a very pivotal game for the Eagles to get where they need to be. Because if they lose that game, they're only, I think a game above the Dallas or like a half a game with the bye week and everything like that.
Correct.
Sorry, not this past week, 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
we had the bye week. That's why you didn't see us last week.
But look, that game was even more critical because, look, you had an opportunity, depending on how the rest of the stretch goes,
right,
that you might be the 5 seed. And there's no way in hell that you're in that as great as the Eagles team is, in my opinion, I do not see any team in the National Football League right now that could go 3 straight road games on the road to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Which is why the number 1 and number 2 seed, I don't care if they don't get home field advantage, but at least they get the number 2 seed. I care about that.
Yeah, no, I kind of care about the home field advantage. I think that's what
they're
fighting for.
Obviously, you want that, but if it doesn't happen, it's not going to matter.
Oh, shit, we got actually two other people watching.
Laura, you got free space. Yeah, our fucking shit sucks. Probably no one can fucking hear us.
His robot voice.
Probably.
What's up, Adam?
Fuck it, I'm just gonna put wrestling on.
That's why it's all slow. You're watching wrestling, man. No, but to add on to your point, I think it's super imperative. I remember saying that I circled this Dallas Cowboys game because if we had lost that game going into the bye week and then coming out of that bye week had to face the Kansas City Chiefs, at that point it would have been more critical to win that game. I'm not saying it's okay to lose this game or this is one of those whatever games. But I feel a little bit better, like winning that Dallas game, going into the bye week, and then coming back fresh with especially with the injuries that were starting to pile up, going into this Kansas City game, rested, relaxed, and ready to go. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens in AEW wrestling.
Pretty much. Full gear tonight, baby. Kenny Omega versus Jay White.
Jay White?
You have no idea who the fuck is, man.
I'm actually cool.
Sorry, not Kenny Omega, MJF. See, I fucking barely watch him. I don't even know who the hell's wrestling anymore. But as I would say, halfway through the season, one of the big debates to go into the second half of the season is, of course, with betting and everything else, the MVP.
Yeah.
And right now, the odds-on favorite is your Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is currently the plus 280 current odds-on favorite to be the NFL MVP, which makes sense given the Eagles' record and his production. Number 2 is Lamar Jackson at plus 300, and then Patrick Mahomes at plus 300 there as well. Joe Burrow was up there, but with him being out for the year, that's probably not going to happen.
That's a tough one.
Tua's up there. I think C.J. Stroud has his top 5 because he's.
Does it move?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Does it move?
Sure.
It moves back into the green, y'all. Y'all heard it right here from Jeffrey himself. Back into the green. What do you feel about that? Do you think has a wide receiver ever won an MVP award?
Wide receiver, didn't Cooper Kupp? No,
No,
he won Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And I'll say Cass chiming in, Hurts definitely on track for MVP, and absolutely. And the question is, do you think he's deserving of being the MVP? Like,
yeah, I do. If you're asking me, right? You're not just hypothetically.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, I think based on it's based off of all the intangibles. Look, he's still playing at a high elite, quarterbacking and whatnot with the injury that he didn't really disclose until like week 5 or 4 that it was.
He's been playing better with the injury.
I think it's forced him to be more of a pocket passer, move around the pocket more. And I think what it did is it evolutionized his game to now where he's not just a one-dimensional run threat. The guy can move around in the backfield until someone gets open, and you got receivers that can get open. So, I mean, so far as of this week, I would say he would be the front runner for the MVP. You get rid of Hurts, and what do we have? You think Marcus Mariota can move this team the way Hurts moves this team? You know what I'm saying? So, at least in Philly, he's our most valuable player. And I think if we have the best record and the best team, we have the best quarterback.
And I agree to you, and I think that's how the voters are going to look at it. They're going to look. Usually, the best team, the player with the best stats, they accumulate all these things, and typically it goes to a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I would say very rarely you have another position that wins the MVP unless they break NFL numbers like Daniel Tomlinson when he broke the NFL rushing record or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, certain instances you'll have a non-quarterback win the award.
Yeah,
but this Monday's game is really going to dictate. It's between two of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, two of the 3 top favorites for the MVP. And right now, even despite our record, I have to give it to Mahomes right now.
You think Mahomes? Mahomes has struggled a little bit this year.
He's struggled, so has Hurts. Hurts, I think, has this either tied for the most or is top 5 in turnovers this year among players and quarterbacks. Whether it's fumbling, throwing interceptions, and this offense, even though we're winning games, it's not as dynamic as last year. If he didn't get hurt, he was the fucking MVP last year.
Yeah, 100%.
This offense was unstoppable, and now they have another year with A.J. Brown, Devontae, another year into it. They're without Dallas Goedert now, which is a
huge hit.
So that could possibly play a huge factor. But I feel Mahomes, the way the dude's coming off winning the Super Bowl last year. He lost. They're without Tyreek Hill,
right?
And he's still putting up the numbers that he's putting up. And I feel he's doing with a less of a supporting cast. That right now I sort of have to put the edge on him. And after Monday's game, the way our pass defense has been playing this year, he might be the leader after Monday's game.
I think it was, what are we, 31st?
We're 31st.
Yeah,
that's not good. And that's another thing. Like, as well as this team is playing and winning football games, I think I saw a stat, like, over the last, 10 teams that won the Super Bowl, I think no team has been outside the top 10 in pass defense. So it's a little cause for concern.
Well, we were banged up, too. I mean, there was a lot
Well, we're banged up, and the big acquisition of Kevin Byard, it's not panning out. Byard has struggled in his first couple. It takes some time, but for a guy that's supposed to be an all-pro safety, we got him on the cheapo. He's not progressing. For a guy that's been raved about around the league that he's this versatile safety that can basically play anywhere in that secondary or any position that defensive coordinator puts him in.
Right. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's.
This Monday's task is going to be pivotal because look, Byard being with Tennessee has gone up against Travis Kelce quite a bit. Yeah. And Travis Kelce, I think Byard has gotten the best of him. And even Kelce on his podcast with Jason Kelce has said that Byard's probably the toughest challenge. He was kind of glad that Byard got moved from the Tennessee Titans.
That way he doesn't have to face him that many times. But I think, look, when you get a new acquisition like
David,
Byard,
you're fucking blocked.
Hey, hold on, James. It's my turn to talk, James. I think the defensive coordinator has to put him in a position to make plays. And I think what's happening is it's a new team, new scheme. So you're going to have that the couple weeks of getting acclimated. The bye week probably came at the best time for him. And I expect to see him come out and actually ball out this game. I think this is going to be his coming out party where he actually lays it down and solidifies himself. And let's face it, he's our best option no matter what. Even if with the play that he was giving us, it was better than every other option that the Eagles had at safety. So I think Byard's going to come around. I think the D coordinator needs to be more lenient and understanding. I know that sounds stupid for the transition, but we'll see, man. And the thing is, if you take away Travis Kelce, you can make this team play one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about offensively speaking, but defensively speaking, Kansas City, they're no slouches. So it's gonna be tough for our team to move the ball as well.
And look, they still have some dominant backs. Look, this is the offense that gashed us in the second half of Super Bowl 57.
100%. Yep.
So look, I'll say this team can beat you through the air, it can beat you on the ground. Pacheco is a very
he's a problem.
He is a problem. You have McKinnon still.
Yep.
So they have some pieces out of that backfield that can cause some problems, especially some speed. And the design of Andy Reid and his offense, the way he beats you quickly. That's what beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is because I'll say the Eagles couldn't get after Patrick Mahomes. Is because Mahomes and his style in that offense, the quick release. He is one. He's basically the Peyton Manning of today's NFL. The way he can. And the play designs, the way that he can dissect opposing defenses and figure out their coverages and figure out their schemes. And he's a very knowledgeable guy. As he'll hopefully decide this time, can do a better job and sort of disguise those blitz packages and disguise what they're doing defensively. Because Patrick Mahomes, he's a guy that, given the opportunity, he's going to pick you apart.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And with Travis Kelce, he's number one target. And whether Taylor Swift's I'm sure we're going to hear that about 20,000 times on Monday if she's in attendance or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But
she's an Eagles fan, too. She's
not an Eagles fan.
Well, she's from PA. So.
She's not a fucking Eagles fan.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
No,
she's an Eagles fan.
She wears whatever fucking people tell her to wear. But look, it's going to be...
He's hating on you, Taylor Swift, not me.
Yeah, fuck Taylor Swift. Just tired of hearing about it. But look, it's going to be interesting to see what goes down on Monday night. And it's going to be a tough challenge.
Yeah.
On the road in Kansas City.
Yeah, at Arrowhead.
At Arrowhead. And look.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. But I think, all right, our backfield, our secondary would probably be my biggest question mark of the thing. But if our defensive line can get to Mahomes, and you're right, Washington picked us apart with the same three-step drop, get rid of the ball. And we honestly, like, third and fourth quarters, we adjust to those problems. So I'm just hoping right off the gate, right when the bell rings, that this defense just plays the way they're supposed to play, so that they really don't have to adjust, and they can dictate what the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be doing on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see, though. We'll see. Does Byard come out and ball out? Does he solidify his spot as our safety?
We'll see. But some injury news going into Monday's game. Cam Jurgens has officially been activated from injured reserve. So they will have their starting right guard back in the lineup for the first time since week 4. So we have not looked the same since he's been out. We haven't, but how game ready is he going to be? He hasn't played since week 4. He's going to have some game rust. Is he physically going to go out there and be able to perform at the level that we expect him to do, to hold up against that Kansas City front? So it will be interesting to see. Bradley Roby is set to play for the first time since week 6. The Eagles did rule out 2 players for Monday's game, Dallas Goedert and Justin Evans. So from the injury front, the Eagles are pretty healthy at this point. Good. Besides being without one of their top targets with Dallas Goedert. So it kind of takes things away a little bit. You gotta say you have Brown. Everyone's gonna be eyeing up Brown. Devontae can make plays, but Goddard was always that safety blanket. Goddard was always that guy that can, when needed on third down, that Jalen Hurts would look to make a play, and try to pick up the first down in the middle of the field. So it's gonna be interesting to see offensively how things go from that standpoint without one of your top targets. If it was you, how would you fix it? Like, if it was me, honestly, you still got Julio Jones on the team. Yeah, Julio, so but I'm not saying Julio, but it's an aging Julio. Are you saying put him at fucking tight end? No. Anyone that says that is stupid. What I'm saying is those short routes that Goddard would have done, like would have gotten the ball.
You just make more plays. You just design more plays for Julio to get his hands on the ball. Or Swift. I mean, let's think about it. You give Swift the ball in the open field, he's a problem. So it's up to the offensive coordinator to adjust accordingly. Goddard's going to be missed. But
yeah, because they're thin at tight end right now. In Goddard's absence, they will be with Jack Stoll, Grant Calcaterra, and Albert Akawanu, whatever the fuck his name is. So it's so it's gonna be very thin at the tight end position for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go to tight end, make sure they stay there to block, and then you get the Eagles in the slide.
The Eagles offensively aren't a blocking tight end team.
True.
But today's NFL, it's a passing league. A lot of tight ends are not built to go in there in the block.
True. Well,
so apparently reports are out of Taylor Swift country. Taylor Swift will most likely not be in attendance at the Eagles versus Chiefs game Monday night due to her Rio de Janeiro whatever schedule for tonight being postponed for 24 hours per the RDJ mayor. So Taylor Swift, we don't have to worry about that fucking debacle. And Travis Kelce, which means he's going to be depressed and upset, and he's not going to be on his game. So, fuck you.
You said it. He said it, not me. I didn't say it. No, it doesn't matter if she shows up or not, man. This team comes to play. Kansas City is a formidable foe. And I'm telling you, like, for anyone that thinks this is going to be one of those, the Kelce's versus Kelce's, they're gonna go in there and they're gonna play their hearts out. There's gonna be people getting hurt, injured. It's gonna be one of those games, man. Trust me.
Who the fuck's texting you?
Lehigh County News.
Say you going to jail? They coming to pick you up?
Nah, man. If they're picking me up, I'll just shove all the coke in your house.
Pretty much. But so how do you see Monday's game shaping out? Do you see the Eagles continue on this tear coming out the bye week? Andy Reid also is a known guy with given extra time, has been very successful. I think his overall record given extra time is like 21-3.
Yeah, he's
so
phenomenal.
I'll say Andy Reid going up against his former team. I think the Eagles haven't beaten Kansas City since Andy Reid went to Kansas City.
Yeah,
so I think they're 0-3 twice in the regular season, and of course then Super Bowl a couple of months ago.
Yeah. I think,
but things are changed. We have Jalen Hurts. This offense is on a tear. Defensively, overall, besides our pass defense, we're playing well. Yeah. I feel it's going to be a good matchup on Monday.
You know what? You took the words out of my mouth. I think these teams match up really well versus each other. I'm hoping it doesn't go this way, but it's going to be whoever has the ball last will win the game, in my opinion, depending on what happens in the first half. But I see this team last game that we played, the Dallas Cowboys. I literally said that's going to be my temperature gauge. However we play in that game is how I'm going to move forward.
They didn't play that well.
They didn't play that bad, though. I mean,
they played enough to win the game.
Right. And what I seen from this team was grit, a lot of grit. So going forward with this team, I do have faith in them. We're not going to get – I'm hoping we don't get bull rushed. But I feel like this team can come out on top if they stick to their game plan and if they don't try to get too fancy with it. Like, defensively, you got to know they're gonna try to dink and dunk us for first downs and kill the clock, and Mahomes will do that 100%. If we can stop that and limit the run, I think we have a good chance of winning this game. I really do. And you heard it here first, folks. What do you think?
I feel
doom and gloom, baby.
The big difference maker in this game is going to be the defense side of football, and even though Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts have both struggled, our pass defense right now, it worries me. And we're if we get after the quarterback, we'll be fine. I'll say I don't have any issues with our front four getting after the quarterback. It's our pass defense and the way Andy Reid and this offense and Patrick Mahomes, the way they can pick apart opposing defenses and their coverages, and when throwing the football, like we keep on bringing up, quick drops, quick slants, screens. That's what this offense is built upon. Yeah, they can beat you deep down the middle of the field, but this offense really doesn't have that big playmaker that's going to barn burn you, that you're not seeing Patrick Mahomes go deep as quickly.
Right.
So I need to see this coverage. I need to see a lot of press coverage. I need them to play up at the line of scrimmage.
Agreed.
I need to see different blitz packages to rattle him. Yeah, it could come back to cost you, bite you in the ass later on in the game, but you have to be aggressive. You can't you can't let like what happened in the Super Bowl and let Patrick Mahomes sit back in that pocket and get comfortable and deliver the ball quickly and pick you apart. Because this team, that Kansas City offense, they have a lot of speed. They have a lot of playmaking ability on the offensive side of football that will cause this defense, no matter how good you are. There's a reason why Patrick Mahomes is the 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why if he continues the run that he's had and the success that him and Andy Reid has had, he might go down as arguably one of the greatest of all time when it's all said and done, when his career's over with. He's already 2 in. He's already been to 3 Super Bowls. Granted, the AFC is a lot more difficult than the NFC right now, so his path's a little more difficult. But if he wins a 3rd one this year, who knows what can happen?
Yeah, agreed.
So I do have the Eagles. I have the Eagles coming out on top, though.
Oh. What's the score?
I have the Eagles winning by a small margin. I'll have them winning 28-24. I feel
nail biter.
I feel it's gonna come down who has the ball last.
That's exactly what I thought.
And I was saying I feel the Eagles.
If we can get that ball and kill that clock, man, that'd be great.
I feel Jalen Hurts and this offense. Jalen Hurts. I know he said this past week that he's not thinking about the Super Bowl. He's just thinking about winning the next game that's in front of him. But the fact that he has that screensaver, him walking off that Super Bowl while the Chiefs are celebrating, and he's walking off as a loser, he has that bitter taste in his mouth. Granted, he wants the ultimate goal is winning a Super Bowl, not being the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Chiefs are in his way, and he wants to prove to the rest of the nation and the rest of the league that he is the guy and that this team was better than the Kansas City Chiefs. Because, look, if they win on Monday, there's no doubt about this team is the best team in the National Football League.
100% agree.
Going up against Patrick Mahomes, probably the 1A, 1B best quarterback in the National Football League. Andy Reid right now,
arguably the best coach,
one of the best coaches in the league with his success, and a overall Kansas City Chiefs team that is probably better than their Super Bowl team.
Hopefully someone steals his
especially defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively, this is a different team. They're playing a lot differently. They're having more success. They're being more aggressive. They're more physical up front. Look, it's going to be a difficult challenge. And I just want Nick Sirianni. I don't want him getting too pass happy.
Yeah.
I don't want him like trying to – it's Monday Night Football. I don't want him just like trying to like – score as many points, which of course that's what you want to do, but I still want to keep the Chiefs defense honest. I still want them to show them that there's a threat to run the football. And Cam Jurgens in the middle of that offensive line could be a big pivotal swing in Eagles' favor to have him back. Because look, we haven't been able to run as successfully as we did the first few weeks of the season. I think we're averaging like 3.5 yards a carry, which is the bottom half of the National Football League. We haven't seen a lot of success from DeAndre Swift, Kenny Gainwell, Boss Scott, or anyone of late.
Yeah.
So, besides a few runs here and there, and we need to keep the Chiefs defense honest. We need to keep them on their toes, and we need to attack them with our strength, which I feel. We have a lot of playmakers at the wide receiver position.
The trenches, baby.
But exactly, you win the battle. You win the games in the battle of trenches, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. And like I said, Jurgens coming back is a huge plus. And you're right. What we need to do is we need to punch him in the mouth in the trenches. So it's got to be defensively punch him in the mouth, offensive lines. We need to like pancake. We need to move the ball. We need to kill the clock. And we need to tire out this defense. And I think we can do that. And look, if we get to a point where we have the ball last and there's 2 minutes left in the game, I have full confidence in this team winning that game. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a tough one at Arrowhead. Monday Night Football, which sucks. I fucking hate Monday Night Football because
work the next one.
Work and
take a half day Tuesday.
You're right. I might have to, but it's going to be an exciting game. It's a good Monday night game. You know what I mean? Prime time. Everyone's watching. Let's see what Jalen Hurts and let's see what this offense and this defensive backfield. I think they need to have a game to kind of just quiet the critics. I think they've been banged up. They had a couple new pieces put in. The linebacking core was wibbly wobbly. Now it's at the point where I think, honestly, it's solidified. And I think they move forward. And I honestly think that this defense is up for the task. You heard it here first.
Well, hopefully the Eagles improve to an NFL best 9-1 Monday night when they travel to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Hurts and company. Hopefully, eating that turkey a little early for Thursday. But again, thank you for tuning in. Hope you and your families have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Don't drink too many on the whatever the fuck the saying is. So don't drink and drive.
Don't and drive.
Call an Uber. Call me. You need a ride? I'll charge you. My rates are good. I need some money. I need some WrestleMania money, baby.
You should have put the graphic on the bottom with your phone number, like call.
I don't want some freaking stooge calling me, texting me, sending me nude pics or something. I don't want to see. I don't want that.
What makes you think people are gonna send you nude pics? Come on, humble yourself.
I'll say Philly podcast. Yo, Joe, you just missed it, but I'll say you can always check out the episodes, all our episodes on the AT Sports Network on our YouTube channel. If you ever miss any one of our shows, go back, give it a watch. Send it to your friends. Send it to your enemy. Send it to a homeless person who might not have a phone. Let them give it a watch. But again,
you will not be disappointed.
Thank you for everyone tuning in to another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS.
Yes, sir.
Again, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll be back next week. If not, early. We'll check out our fucking schedule, see what we're up to. We'll probably be, who knows? But
we'll see.
We'll see. It depends on Monday's games go.
Yeah,
but again, have a great night. Thank you. Be safe. Go Birds.